What's good, everybody? It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Saturday. Happy Saturday. It's July 6th. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. And in this video, we're going to be discussing some news out of SNDL acquiring Delta 9 debt. And there was also some news pertaining to the purchase of Indiva's business and assets. Pretty much as we expected. I've been covering it on the channel for a couple of months now, and this played out as expected. But we'll also take a look at the chart, what to expect in terms of the price action, the days, weeks, months ahead. We do have a critical support level coming up, and we do have a bearish chart pattern that is forming. We could see another leg down. I'll discuss all of that and more. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future live streams or when I post new content. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. And you should never ever buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. Also, full disclosure, I do own SNDL in my portfolio. Also, you can follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. The first bit of news is SNDL enters into a stalking horse purchase agreement for Indiva Limited's business and assets. So again, this is playing out as expected. They were the front runner, and sure enough, I covered it on the channel for a couple of months now. Like I said, when Indiva filed the original filing, and then kind of some irony with regards to that. They're beyond a lot of, they're very well known for those no future gummies, and we were talking about those gummies in the Pow Group private community. It was kind of ironic. They call it no future, and here they are in a distressed situation. So speaking of which, a lot of people are saying that, SNDL acquiring distressed assets, we've seen that time and time again in the MJ industry, where, companies that aren't really performing that well from a financial standpoint, from different profitability metrics, and with the compression and the price war and the amount of consolidation, mergers and acquisitions, and insolvencies, bankruptcies in the MJ space here in Canada, a lot of people are questioning whether or not that is a good strategy, right? If that's accretive and if it's wise to acquire distressed assets, because you're trying to essentially turn the ship around, and they're failing for a reason. But I understand that thought process. But if anybody can turn around a company like Indiva or some sort of distressed asset, I think SNDL has what it takes to do so. But I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to benefit greatly off of some of their assets and their business, right? So we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, I think SNDL, I own it in my portfolio. Again, I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold it, but I think SNDL is very differentiated. They retail alcohol and MJ, and they're also a producer as well. So there's a lot of differentiation in the MJ market, and SNDL definitely stands out and has that competitive advantage. So I won't go into the entire details here, but if you want to read it on your own time, you can do so. I want to jump into the chart as well, and I want to keep this video as short as possible, and I want to go over this news here as well. SNDL acquires Delta 9 MJ debt and ascends to senior secured creditor status. So this news came out yesterday. So Delta 9 MJ from Connect First and Service Credit Union, they purchased the indebtedness of a purchase price of CAD $28,138,284 pursuant to purchase and sale of indebtedness agreement dated July 5th, 2024. As a result, that acquisition, SNDL has become Delta 9's senior secured creditor with a first priority security interest in all of the assets of Delta 9 and certain Delta 9 subsidiaries. The purchased indebtedness brings Delta 9's total indebtedness owing to SNDL to $40,653,352. Jumping into the chart here, and let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. Do you think it's wise? Do you think companies should start, focusing on other assets that, aren't distressed? Do you think that, SNDL has what it takes to turn that ship around? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. We'll continue the conversation in the comment section below. Taking a look at the chart here, we do have an hourly bear flag that is on deck. We did close at the high of the last hourly candle on Friday, but at the end of the day, we're still expecting a bearish pattern here as long as we don't get above key resistance here at 195, the 0.32 fib. So we have our high, low, lower high. So the fact that we're not in an hourly uptrend yet either gives us a little bit more reassurance that this could happen. So with the state of the market right now, the all-time high in the S&P 500, we're not really seeing MJ benefit from that. So if, we're not set up that well, right? We're sitting at $1.94 on SNDL. The whole sector's been beaten down, 30, 40% plus over the last couple of months. And if we take a look at, the S&P 500 all-time highs, what happened if we were to see a healthy correction there, 5-10% on SPY, right? Nothing goes straight up for forever in a straight line. So wouldn't be set up well at all if we saw any kind of weakness in the broader market. And as of right now, I'm not expecting any major news developments in the MJ space until the end of July, when the comment period for the U.S. rescheduling, the comment period is over, July 22nd, and then I'm expecting, the end of this month into August, we'll start to ramp up, and we'll see a lot of campaigning as well, more than likely going to use MJ as a way to sway young voters. And then, like I said, Florida on the ballot, I think that's going to get approved, and I think into, September, October, we could get rescheduling an official ruling where it actually goes into effect. And I think that will send the market skyrocketing. So as of right now, this hourly bear flag target, we're looking at 195 as key resistance, break above that convincingly. And then, we want to get over 196 to negate that. But in order to confirm it, we need to lose support there at 191. So if we lose 191, you just take your measured move from the high to the low, move it out to your 0.32 fib, and it's saying the measured move, if confirmed, meaning if we lose 191, it'll be confirmed. The measured move is $1.84. And we did have a daily bear flag as well, so I'll just get rid of this here on the hourly time frame. Zoom out to the daily. I mentioned this in a prior video. You can see we had our high, low, lower high, very weak bounce. Anything under 237 on this daily bounce was just a daily bear flag. And then once we came down, lost support there at 214, that confirmed it. Again, you just take your measured move from the high to the low. You move it out to your 0.382 fib, and it said we were targeting about 186, and we hit 181. So that was hit to perfection. Even if you just went long on that daily bear flag target, you would have been up about 8% just on a quick swing, right? So that's why technical analysis is beneficial. And then the next major level of support was 175. There's a lot of support in that 175 area. And we basically touched down on daily oversold, which was the first time since all the way back in October of 2023. So we are gearing up for a daily EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. SNDL, so that's the bearish side of things. We do have a lot of support in that 175 to 172. We have the 50 weekly there at 172, and we have the 200-day moving average at 172. So I wouldn't expect us to dip much below that. And then on the weekly time frame, we're gearing up. We already had our bear cross of the stochastic and the MACD on the weekly. We lost the 10-week moving average. So again, we had a big heads up that this was more than likely going to see more follow through to the downside, because we had the stochastic cross bearish. Then the 10-week moving average was lost. Then we crossed bearish on the MACD. So that's usually over 90% of the time where we see those patterns play out. And then same thing on the flip side, we usually see the stochastic cross bullish first, then a close above the 10-week moving average, then the MACD cross bullish, and then follow through to the upside. So, if you're wondering how can I utilize this in my trading strategies or just being prepared mentally for another drop, well, if you saw here back in mid-April that we had a stochastic bear cross, you're a little concerned, right? That's raising your red flag meter, right? And then we lost the 10-week moving average here. We saw another cross, but ultimately just another lower high, and then further continuation to the downside. And then we got our MACD bear cross. So right here on this week, which was about a month ago, you could have said, okay, well, we had a bear cross of the stochastic. We lost the 10-week moving average. We closed below it. That's the main thing. As long as it's where you close, right? That matters. And then we had the MACD bear cross. So then you would say, okay, I would expect, at least another leg or two down. And then sure enough, we dropped to two more weekly lower lows as a result. But now downside should be limited, like I said, into that 180, 172, very strong support. And then we're now gearing up for where this pattern is gearing up for a bull cross, right? When that black line and when it comes to moving averages, when the shorter terms are below the longer term and they cross, that's bullish. When the shorter terms below the longer term and they cross, that's bearish, right? And we're gearing up for the first time since, let me just see when the last time we crossed bullish. The last time the 50 and the 100 weekly cross was November of 2021. And then we had the bear cross, and then we saw tons of downside, right? The shorter term was above the longer term, it crossed, that's bearish. When it was below, the shorter term was below the longer term, it crossed, that was bullish. But it was just very, very strong resistance. We couldn't break above it. We got above it slightly, but the whole sector was in free fall, right? So now we're gearing up for another bull cross of that, and we could see the first ever 50 and 200 weekly bull cross over the next, call it 6 months. We're so far away, it's going to be at least 6 months before we see that. But like I said, into the end of 2024, 2025, I think crypto, big tech's going to finish its blow off top. It's going to end its bull market. It's going to start a bear market. And then I think MJ could dip along with the broader market, see a pretty big crash as a result, but it will recover quickly and probably go on to be the most best performing asset class and sector over the next a couple of years. So we did have a golden cross as well in the daily time frame with the 50 below the 200-day moving average, but it's a while. I don't think we're going to see a death cross here with the 50 and the 200 crossing. That they're so far away right now. SNDL super strong, just not on the short term. Like we could see another brief leg down, but if we zoom out to the monthly, it's in a monthly uptrend. A lot of names are trying to confirm monthly uptrends, like Tilray. You got CGC yet to confirm a monthly uptrend. Actually, CGC is still in a monthly downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. So CGC in a monthly downtrend. MSOS confirmed a monthly uptrend, but it was a bear trap. We did lose that uptrend briefly, but ultimately we're seeing tons of uptrends across the sector. High Tide was in a monthly uptrend as well, still in a monthly uptrend. We had Cron in a monthly uptrend, and VFF was in a monthly uptrend as well. So as of right now, SNDL is also in a monthly uptrend, and we're just consolidating and looking for a monthly higher low. So the previous monthly higher low was there at 130, and then we had the low at 125. We had our higher low and then higher high. That gave us the monthly uptrend, and now we're forming another monthly higher low compared to 130. So 181, that's only 36% higher than the previous support level. Not a bad idea to start scaling in for the long term, coming off monthly oversold. But again, not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. That's just my own opinion. But monthly uptrend, we're in a weekly uptrend as well. So we have key support here at 175, as I mentioned. And we have our low, high, higher low, and higher high. And as of right now, we're holding that key support. So we're still in a weekly uptrend. We could even see a potential head and shoulders with a right shoulder here forming, where we could see something like this. So we'll see if we get another right shoulder, but I don't think that's the most likely scenario, to be honest with you. And we're in a monthly, weekly, and we're also in a daily uptrend as well. You can see low, high, higher low, and higher high, and then gearing up for a daily EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. So like I said, I think we could see a little bit more downside, maybe come down to that, 180, 175, but I don't see us dipping much below that. And there's a ton of support, like I said, in that 172 area. And then one of the strongest charts out there right now, monthly, weekly, daily uptrend. That's very rare to find right now in the MJ space. So like I said, I think it'll be a little bit more short-term pain. I think we're going to see potentially one more leg down. We'll see probably some sideways action into the end of this month. Into August, we should start to see prices recover. And then into September, October, we'll more than likely get the ruling on Schedule 3. I think that'll get approved. And then I believe that Florida will pass adult use legalization, and it's just going to send the market into absolute full-on bull mode into the end of the year. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section below. As I mentioned, we'll continue the conversation there. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.